The newest entry from the brilliant mind of Hidetaka Miyazaki, the fathers of the Souls genre and From Software. Elden Ring is the greatest hits album wrapped neatly into an experience that far surpasses its predecessor. Basically, Elden Ring is a banger. You are tarnished, and it is your mission to restore the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord. The story of Elden Ring follows the same structure as previous Souls games, having you piece together the finer details of the story through NPCs, item descriptions, and environmental storytelling. Unlike previous Dark Souls games, Elden Ring is easier to get into and understand. While exploring different environments, if you pay closer attention, they give more detail to what's going on around you. NPCs are more talkative and abundant in the lands between, giving players more context to the overarching story. Each NPC has their own questline, telling their own stories within the world and how they connect to the main story of Elden Ring.
Offering guidance and aid to the tarnished.
First off, let us applaud FromSoft for creating such a dense and packed open world, nailing the feel of wonder and mystery of a truly open world on their first try. With your trusty steed, Torrent, traversing the world of the lands between never becomes boring or tedious, as there is always something waiting for you to discover. Torrent is able to sprint, making traveling long distances easy, and a double jump to reach places you otherwise would not be able to reach on foot within the world itself. From interesting lore locations to finding loot, tough bosses, and NPCs, you never feel your exploration is a waste of time, as you are almost always rewarded for your effort. Now for the combat. There was a lot of disappointment from the first leak of Elden Ring's gameplay, owing to the fact that FromSoft decided to use a lot of Dark Souls 3's original combat system. Well, you can be rest assured, FromSoft not only reused the combat system, they greatly improved upon it. Elden Ring's combat, while familiar to veteran players of Soulsborne, feels fresh with new ways to play through every encounter. There is the addition of the guard counter. When an enemy attacks you with your shield up and their weapons bounce off, you can press R2 right after to perform a guard counter. There is the new Ashes of War mechanic that is reminiscent of the weapon arts from Dark Souls 3, where you can perform a special attack unique to the weapon you choose to use. You can also find many other unique Ashes of War all across the lands between, and equip them to your weapon of choice to customize your experience. They can range from very basic to just downright OP. Getting bored of using a katana? You can switch it up and use sorcery to tackle enemies. The abundance of new sorceries and incantations is incredible. Though Elden Ring is a FromSoft game, it comes with that get good difficulty known from the Souls experience. I have to say, this may be the easiest entry to the catalog. Not because the game is inherently easier, but because the amount of options you have to tackle any situation is incredible. Can't get past certain enemies? A boss too difficult to fight head on? Use sorcery and incantations or even arrows to keep your distance and deal damage. Not doing enough damage to enemies? Use items with various effects to boost your character to overcome your obstacle. Hell, a boss is just too tough to fight at the moment? Run away and just come back later. With the 10 individual classes, each giving a different experience, options are many. Let's not forget about the newest, coolest addition to the combat system, horseback combat. While riding Torrent, you can use your weapon using the right shoulder buttons to attack from the right and the left shoulder buttons to attack from the left. You can dodge out of the way of enemies using circle as well. You can also use some sorceries and incantations while riding on horseback, giving variety while fighting enemies. Littered throughout the open world are bosses like the Knights Cavalry that you could fight as well. While not on the top graphically compared to some of the more recent releases like Horizon Forbidden West, FromSoft has upped their game. The lands between is a stunning, vibrant, and colorful landscape compared to the bleak world of Dark Souls and Bloodborne. Elden Ring is leagues above its predecessor in every way. I don't even have to explain much. The enemy designs are incredible. I don't want to spoil too much, but some of the enemies you will encounter will either amaze you or put the fear of God in you. Elden Ring is the perfect example that graphics do not have to be the best of the best to be breathtaking. This is where Elden Ring does have some problems. Though, none that ruins the experience outright, but can be a problem from time to time. I've played both on the PlayStation 5 and PC, with most of my hours logged on PC. I ran Elden Ring using an AMD Radeon 5700 XT and a Ryzen 2600X on high settings with motion blur off and volumetric and graphics quality set to medium. Elden Ring does suffer from the occasional stuttering and frame drop on both PC and PlayStation 5. This can be a problem when fighting a boss or hordes of enemies. It can cause an unnecessary death where you may lose your progress and runes. FromSoft has confirmed that they will be working on this issue in future patches. It is also a shame that Elden Ring is locked at 60 frames, but this is nothing new when it comes to FromSoftware games on PC. Load times are decent, ranging from a few seconds on PC to almost instantaneously on the PS5's proprietary SSD. Other than that, the gaming experience is technically sound and without any other problems. This game played scot-free. Now for the verdict. The Lands Between is engaging and intriguing. Combat is addictive and abundant in how you wish to tackle every situation you find yourself in. Though Elden Ring is a game where it's just, people stealing rings from old people, it's insane, but it's a banger. It's a banger. wait. Sorry, my bad. That's the wrong game. That's the wrong game. Elden Ring is a masterclass in how solid gameplay that has evolved over time can produce some of the best results. Despite some performance issues, Elden Ring will most likely be regarded as one of the greatest games of all time. Elden Ring gets a solid 10. It's a banger. What are you doing? Just go play it right now. You will not regret it.